Hello everyone, how are you today? I am Gabriele, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to set up my controller, PC, Xbox or similar to TheIsle, just for Pteranodon, for a flyer, for a flying creature of the Isle. Now, first things first, you want to erase your save data files. They might be corrupted or they might have other settings. So afterwards, in case you have some problems with this setup that I am telling you with this controller, you can always erase your save data file and start again with a brand new blank slate. Now, you want to go on search down here and write down local app data. Well, percentage local app data percentage. And you just want to click on this folder. By the way, everything is in the description below as well. So now we are in the local app data. Where do you want to go here? At the TheIsle folder. There is a TheIsle folder. You have just to scroll. Depending on how many folders you have, you want to find the TheIsle folder. You find the TheIsle folder, found it, you find the save data file, and you do just delete, nothing else. Now, the save data file in the TheIsle has been deleted in the local app data percentage. Okay, now that all of these steps have been done and my TheIsle folder has a blank slate, I just need to click on the TheIsle and start the TheIsle. I just need to choose a Pteranodon to show you how I set up my controller. Now remember that this setup might work with your controller, might not work. It's different from case to case, and it is specifically working for today's version. Today's version is version 0.7.103.07. Later in the future, this might not work anymore. Maybe in a couple of versions from now, maybe in the next version, maybe in 10 versions from now, who knows. Now, if I remember well, I should have already a grown Pteranodon on a server number 2. If it is available, I'm going to jump in. Hopefully it is available because it had 99 players out of 100, otherwise I will choose an empty server anyway. It looks I can play in this server. Okay, now, good things to keep in mind. Unfortunately, it's getting darker and darker, just my luck. I can bite. This is the bite animation, as a normal animation. This is instead the crouching and rest position, but I'm gonna change all of that from the start, all of that. Okay, get up, nice Pteranodon, and we're gonna see how it goes. Okay, first things first, you wanna go on options down here. Depending on the language, you might not have written options. So options, you go on controls down here, and we start a few things first. Now this might work for flyers and for terrestrials as well. It's going to be a complete kind of guide, but for it's specifically for flyers, but it works for terrestrials as well. Now, this is actions. You have here on the left hand side actions, axis and gamepad. You select actions first. Air brake, it doesn't really matter here, but if you want, because you want to use just controller, you press the right shoulder. Okay, air brake, right shoulder. Now, you continue down here below, and why not? You can already set up the primary attack, which is the bite, with the left trigger, and the primary attack with the alt attack. You remove the alt attack from here with the left shoulder. Now we continue down here below. Rest. You don't want to rest with H, you want to rest with D-pad down. D-pad down. Okay, I went too fast below. And sent is still Q, by the way. And the reset BR is still R. I don't know, these settings, but rest, D-pad down, rest, D-pad down, and primary attack with the left trigger, and the primary attack with the alt button with the left shoulder. But remember to remove this alt button here, so you can put the left shoulder. Now, we proceed. This is all done in actions for now. Now, secondary attack, it goes with the right trigger. It doesn't have any secondary attack, the Pteranodon, by the way. That's just the skimming the water thing, and it's by default already in it. So you don't actually need to do this for Pteranodon. You just need to do it for all terrestrials, and it might help Pteranodon as well. Why not? Now, for the secondary attack with the alt button, which is the special with the alt button, you don't have it as a Pteranodon, or if you have it, I haven't found that yet. So please tell me in the comment section below. Well, right shoulder here. Right shoulder for the secondary attack. Right shoulder. With the alt button removed from here. Remember that. Now, sprint, all of these, you already don't need it. Vocalize, if you want to put none, even better, because you actually don't need to vocalize. You know what? You don't need to vocalize. So none. And voice help, I usually put none. But this is usually useful not to overlap certain commands with the gamepad as well in the future. Now, remember to apply it. Apply all of these before you move back to the real world in TheIsle, in Isla Spiro. Now, you go on gamepad and you repeat all of these things. Now, we go upwards, and we check it down again. Now, turn rate, right. Air brake, right shoulder, yes, right. Air brake with the right shoulder, we just confirm it, just in case. Right shoulder with the air brake. Crouch, right stick button, so that's kind of okay. Right stick button, crouch button, by the way, it's you fly down below. It's just you dive, nothing else. You are flying in the sky, you press the crouch button, which is this. You just right stick button, you press the right stick button, you just dive in the air. And okay, we can continue down here. Primary attack, left trigger. Primary attack with the alt bite is the left shoulder. The Pteranodon has that attack, the alt attack. Pteranodon has it, so this is kind of okay. You just double check it in here. Profile, rest, send, D-pad down. Now, this here, you just double check everything is alright, nothing else. Now, secondary attack, second attack with the alt button as right shoulder, so that's how it should be. For terrestrials, for Tenotosaurus tail slam, for example. We continue down here, okay, sprint, left stick button. What is this? Left stick button with sprint, you want to put the right button, which is B right button. That's the button you want to press. So you just need to press it twice, or press it again to switch from sprint to trot to the slow walk, kinda. You got these three types of walking at the moment. It works for Pteranodon, it works for terrestrials. Okay, vocalize left shoulder, no way. Vocalize left shoulders, no way. You want to put none in vocalize. And voice friendly, voice help, well, voice help, you put none, because it might give you a problem with the resting D-pad down, which is this arrow down. Now the scent instead, the scent was fine with this button, with the top button. It was a mistake before I did. So top button, the scent, like usual, top button, nothing else. But this comes by default. It was my mistake I did before. Okay, as you've seen, most of the actions you chose before, they have been copied and pasted on the gamepad. On the gamepad here. Now, if you go back on the actions, some things have gone back to normal, kinda. You just ignore it. You go back. You go on continue, and first things first, the alt attack. This is the alt attack, the alt bite. The alt bite goes in the direction you are watching. So I'm watching my back, and my bite goes to the back. This is the normal bite, by the way. It doesn't matter which direction I watch, it's most of the times in front of me. It doesn't move the body of my Pteranodon like the alt bite, like for all creatures in TheIsle. The alt bite has this effect. You move, your bite moves in the direction with the left shoulder in this case, before it wasn't working. With the left shoulder, you are going in the direction you are watching. You are biting in the direction you are looking at. Okay, second things. You don't have anything like secondary attack special secondary attack, like the tail whip for Stegosauruses or others. And with this Pteranodon, you can still all do the default things with the top button, like sniffing the air. These are all default things, but it is not a default thing. For example, you can dive in the air if you press the crouch button. I don't want to die just yet, please. I want to watch the direction I'm going. It's better off I watch the direction I'm going. Okay, I will take some altitude, and now I press the right shoulder. The right shoulder, this is the air brake. Now the air brake, it will make you over stuff, and if you press the right stick button as well, both of them, right shoulder and right stick button, you're gonna just gracefully landing. You will gracefully landing with Pteranodon. So that's all the setup for Pteranodon. If you can skim the water with the right mouse button with the right shoulder. If this is the air brake, with the right shoulder is the air brake. Sorry, with the right trigger, you skim water, but you need actually to be close by the water surface. We can go to the water, by the way. I will sprint a bit. That's over the fest over there. That's the fest, I call it. I mean, those 3 rocks. Well, that's just how I call it. And that's gonna close our Pteranodon setup for controller. Just double check it with you. And well, I think it's kind of easy. I mean, you need to be to make sure that certain commands don't overlap other commands. Otherwise, these certain commands will not work. That's how I set it up. After a couple of trials, after a couple of things I've tried, sometimes I failed, sometimes I have not, and so on. I've continued, and in the end, I managed to set up a controller. It's fully functional, but compared to mouse and keyboard, is always inferior, just because the turning speed. I mean, the turning speed with mouse is immediate. Instead, with controller, it just sucks. This is immediate with mouse. Sorry, I made it easy, but it's immediate with mouse. Instead, with controller, it is not immediate. Look, this is the turning visual. It is kinda bad. I'm going to, well, I will be starving soon, but that's alright. That's alright. Okay, sprint a little bit faster. Not that fast, otherwise I don't have any more stamina to fish. Well, to show the skimming mechanic. Okay, I'm pressing the right stick button, by the way, and I can start skimming the water. Okay, this is the right trigger. With the right trigger, if you're close enough to the water surface, you skim it. And well, that's working. Last thing to check is the D-pad down. D-pad down, I should rest now. D-pad down. So everything is working just fine. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you liked this how to stop your controller thing, and I hope to see you soon again. Bye bye. Bye, Pteranodon.